Hi everyone, Goober from factionfiles.com here, and in this video we're just going to go over subdivisions of geometry and using the bend and twist tools in the brush mode of the editor. You can also use these tools in face mode and in vertex mode. I'll briefly show you vertex mode because that's usually pretty useful. I don't normally use it in face mode, but just know that it's an option. So to get started here, I'm just going to start by creating a room here so we have something to work with. Now, I'm then going to create a hallway. I'm going to do 3 by 3 by 20. Just going to move this down here and out of my map. It's just something so that we have something to bend. Now, the bend tool, I normally use it for stuff like curved hallways. You can also use it for like bent pipes, that kind of stuff. There's a number of other uses, but those would be the most common. So the first thing that I'm going to show you just here in top view is if I just select this brush here, say this is a hallway and I want to bend this, I want it to bend down this way because I want it to connect to this other room. Here, I'll create another room just so there's something here. If I want this hallway here to bend down and connect to this other room, I can press the bend tool and I'm going to now be prompted for an angle, a bend point, an offset, and a round axis and a long axis. A lot of this is going to be playing around, I'll be honest, to see exactly what you want. Obviously, you're going to see a visual representation of it here. I'm going to select Y for around, and I'm doing that because if you look here at your player start, it gives you your coordinates. You can see that up in my front view here, up is the Y-axis, and in this view here, in my left view, you can see that Z is forward, and up here you can see that X is sideways. So based on that, I want to curve down this way. So I want to curve along the X and around the Y. So that would be to curve down this way. Now, you're going to notice here a problem. My hallway did not bend. You might be asking, why is that? Well, that's because there was nothing to bend. If I just hit undo here, these are solid faces on the sides of my hallway. There's no way for this to actually curve. So we solved this by subdivisions. Now there are a number of ways of doing this. I'm just going to show you a couple of those. So if I put 9 here in my split, the reason why I'm doing 9 is because it's 20 wide, which means that if there are 9 splits, there are 10 subdivisions. So it's just kind of a nice even number. I mean, you can do whatever you want here, but I'm just going to do that because it's a nice even number. Now if I build here, as you can see, it looks the same. Just move my cookie cutter out. It looks the same. It's just a hallway. But when I select it, you can see that each wall and ceiling and everything is divided into these subdivisions. Now, if I bend, I do the exact same thing, we now have a bent hallway. Now, I'm just going to rotate this and move it down here so that we can see it. And now here you go. So now I have this hallway that is connecting my two rooms, this curved hallway. So that's the first way to do it. Now I'm going to show you why I don't like doing it that way. If you look down here, you can see, I'm not sure how visible that is, but you can see my grid lines here. This brush is not grid aligned. If I try to go up here, you can see it's just off the room, which means that if I build, it's not gonna work. That is the reason why personally I don't like doing it this way. So I'm just gonna back up here. That's why I personally like doing this kind of stuff in vertex mode, because this side here is already aligned. I will, when I'm mapping, I will take this, I will rotate this, and I will align it with this wall. Then I can take all of the vertices in the middle, not this face, not this face. I can take all the vertices in the middle, stretch. I can bend this using the same parameters. I'm still bending 90 degrees, I'm still bending around Y, and I'm bending along X. If I rotate this, I can match that up. It doesn't matter if this here is exactly straight, but I can match that up and then move this here. And now I have perfectly grid-aligned faces connecting each of my rooms. So if I build now, we're good. We are on grid. So that's the way that I personally like using the bend tool for, well, basically everything, hallways, pipes, that kind of stuff. You don't have to do it that way, of course, but that's the way that I like doing it. Now, you could also do it, like I said, in face mode. You just select faces the same as I selected vertices. I usually find it easier to do stuff like this in vertex mode, but just know that that's an option. Now, for the next thing, which is twist, I'm not gonna do the same in-depth explanation because it's effectively the same thing as bend. You need subdivisions, and you're gonna need subdivisions for the exact same reason, because it needs something to twist. Actually, sorry, my room is 10 high. I'm just gonna align this with the ceiling so you can see. So first thing, I'm gonna make a column. There you go. We have a column. Now I'm going to make a copy of that column and put it over on the other side of the room. Now, my first column is still straight. My second column here, I'm going to hit the twist button, and I'm just going to rise that up a little bit. So I'm doing a twist 180 degrees. As you can see, we've still got the around value here, the offsets. You don't really need to worry about that right now, but you can change them to make some funky shapes if that's what you're going for. But right now, I'm not going to worry about that. I usually don't use that. So the angle here is going to be 180 degrees, which means that I'm going to want 1/2 rotation. So there you go. If I build, I now have this twisted column. If I undo and I only do 90, there you go. I have this twisted column. Oh, I must have messed with, I must have selected some of that when I did that. Anyway, so yeah, so I have my twisted column here, and that is the twist tool. And actually, just for the sake of argument, I will show you, because it'll probably help if you see it. If I make another column here that doesn't have any subdivisions and I hit the twist tool, there you go. Obviously, it doesn't work properly. You end up with these faces that are paper thin. That's going to cause some problems in game if you jump into it, instead of this nice and twisted looking column. Anyway, that does it for the bend and twist functions in the editor. If you liked this video, you found it useful, which I hope you did, leave a comment down below. Also check out factionfiles.com for red editor files, red faction maps, that kind of stuff. I'm also going to link to our Discord channel in the comments down below, or in the description down below, and you can come there if you want to chat with other red editor users, fans of the Red Faction franchise, or if you have any questions, whatever, you can hit us up there. And with that, thanks for watching. See you next time.